Being able to recognize the superhero complex can be really helpful. Superhero, up at 5 a.m, doing a 5K run, coming home, cooking food for the family, getting the kids off to school, getting the house right, then going off to do, a good 8 to 10 hour day at work, and this constant going and pushing and coming home and taking the kids to different sports or doing this, doing that, doing this, the superhero cape. Okay. Can you feel how overwhelming that is? I think the first thing is to actually recognize that you have the superhero complex. And look, I had the superhero complex for freaking years. Freaking just push, go. And it's painful because you're all over everything. However, inside, it's not great. So what is the impact of trying to do everything? The impact is burnout. The impact is exhaustion, a loss of identity, just feelings of overwhelm, confusion, and it's just pretty shitty. Also, you turn to your vices, whether they're alcohol, social media, overworking, porn, whatever your vices, that is perhaps how you deal with it. So what is needed? What is needed ultimately is balance, is being able to really drop in, go in, and connect with your own inner wealth, your own inner knowing. And it's easier said than done, isn't it? It is so much harder. Being able to let go of the cape is, who am I if I'm not out pushing, going, doing? Who am I? It's a question. It's a question to sit in, because your identity could be wrapped up in all of this pushing and going and doing and all of this outer wealth you're creating, but at a cost to your inner world, your inner well-being, your own inner identity. There is real power in asking for help. And often we don't want to ask for help because help requires a vulnerability. And we see it as a weakness. But being able to ask for help is quite profound. And it can also help you to begin peel layers back and to stop sabotaging. Being able to ask for help is not a weakness. It's incredibly strong to be able to recognize inside what you need and ask for it. I want to share a transformational story of a woman that I coached. She came to me for marriage counselling, then individual counselling, and then she did coaching. Her story is quite profound. She had a professional job and she wanted to totally let that go. And she wanted to travel the world, create music, and also very creative, so an artist. So she had to stop with the cape mentality. She had to stop with the superhero of being there for everybody else. She had to stop putting herself second. She had to stop all of the old patterning, the beliefs, and how she was sabotaging herself. She had to create a brand new way of being. And to be able to create a brand new way of being creates a lot of strength. But it requires strength. And where is she today? She is living her vision. She has let go of the cape. She's got balance. She's very aligned to her own values. She no longer sabotages. And she has had the courage to be able to go for what she really, really wants. You know, that inner power source inside of her. She's aligned to it. She's got this inner power source. And so that personal transformation, it came about from lots of little daily habits of starting to put herself first, of starting to have the awareness of what she was doing. And little by little, she was able to start creating change. And with the awareness, she was able to recognize in her body when she was sabotaging, when she was out of alignment and she had pain inside of herself, she was able to recognize it. She was also able to allow it to be in her body, because on exploring it, each time, each round that came around when she would get triggered, because any type of growth is going to create triggering, she was able to be with it, allow it unconditionally. She didn't try and move the strong emotions like the anxiety or the fear or whatever was coming up. She would allow it. And with that came a deep nurturing. She was able to really tap into this deep inner wealth inside of herself. She had all that she needed. She was so creative. So being able to really honor what was right for her and listen to her own voice, her own inner voice, and to be able to strengthen that and do all that she needed to be able to do that, she has been able to create deep transformation and live aligned and be in the world aligned to her own values, her own calling. She's on purpose. And so let's go back to how I started this discussion. I was talking about the cape, you know, the superhero complex, and how do we let it go? We have the superhero complex due to what we have lived and the masks and the armor that we put on. So I put it to you. Are you willing to let the cape go? Are you willing to let go of the armor that you have to protect yourself, to protect the true self? So I put it to you. What if you are able to let go of the cape, let go of the superhero complex and be you, be authentically you from that deep place inside of you? But it's little by little, daily little habits, and you begin building on them. It's extremely exciting when you start tapping into that part of you and that inner power source. It's like a fire, and you will achieve what you truly, truly wish. Because you will not need to look outside of yourself to find your answers, because you will find them within yourself. That inner wealth that is deep in there, inside you, and being able to love it unconditionally, and listen to that inner knowing that you know is within you. See ya.